Que lo que mi gente, it's your boy Dio. It's a beautiful day today. Great day for a ride, great day for a video. So thanks for tuning in. In today's topic, I'm going to be covering how to properly ride in a group. And the reason I put that word in there, properly, is because a lot of people have ridden in groups before. Depending on what style of motorcycle you're riding, the word group can vary greatly, right? You can be in an organized group, or you can just be riding in a group of people that are just basically everywhere. You guys have seen it on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. You've seen those types of group rides where there's 4 people in a lane, like everybody's just mumbled, jumbled up together, and that's not the proper way to ride, especially when you're trying to mitigate risk, right? Which is, on a motorcycle, that's really what we're trying to do. We're already doing something risky, so why increase the risk by riding in a group that's just crazy, basically? So today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to properly ride in a group. And this video is aimed towards those new riders, or even not so new riders that are, or for whatever reason have not ridden in a big group before, or in a group at all. And there's a lot of you guys out there. I mean, I see it all the time in the comment section, you know, hey, I ride by myself, yada yada, you know. So whatever the case might be, you know, if you have not ridden in a group before, then this video is for you. Now, before I continue any further, I gotta get some gas. I got 35 mile range, which is enough, but I always want to have a lot, or a full tank, just in case I gotta, you know, venture off further than than what I thought. So we go get gas, and then we'll pick it up from there. If this is the first time visiting my channel, my name is Dio, aka BxPolymath. Welcome to the channel, guys. If this is some of the content that you guys like watching, please make sure to subscribe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and feel free to share it if you find it useful. Alright, so the reason I want to talk about this topic is because, you know, I've been pretty privileged, you know, in my riding career to have learned and to have been taught by MC members before I was even in an MC on how to properly ride. And before I even went on my first group ride, you know, this particular member took me under his wing, and you know, we just went riding, just me and him, and he would give me pointers, you know, and I had kind of like a mentor in that sense. Now, I say privilege because not everybody has that, right? You might get a bike and you don't have that person to kind of teach you and show you the ropes. You know, it's almost like having like I said, like a role model or someone to train you and teach you the right things from the get-go, right? So this is not something they teach in the basic rider course at all. Obviously, they just want you to learn how to ride it. Group riding is completely different. So that's the reason I want to point it out, you know, and I want to kind of talk about it because, like I said, I've been privileged enough to have been taught, and I've been on a lot of group rides, guys. I mean, for you guys that have been following me for a while, I had the pleasure of leading the first ever NEMM, Northeast Moto Meetup, with the Fobra and Clutch, and I was leading it, right? So, and it was a successful ride. I mean, yeah, we had a few hiccups here and there with the group splitting up, but ultimately everybody was safe and everybody got to their destination in one piece. There was no injuries, no anything of that happening, which was good, you know. And then I led the second one with BK Low, and been on countless group rides with my club and just with other riders that I meet through either Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And And I see a lot of good things, and I also see a lot of bad things, right? So, which is funny because some of the riders that I see doing the bad things are the ones that have told me, oh yeah, I ride all the time with a group. You know, so again, it's just bad habits, guys. You know, so if you develop a bad habit and you have no one to tell you what's right from wrong, then you're gonna think you're right. Anyways, let me get into it all. I'm going to find a place to just kind of stop and take a breather. It is very hot right now, but I kind of want to explain this thing without being distracted by the road. Obviously, if I'm riding, half of my attention is on riding and my other half is on trying to educate you guys. So let me park here. I'm going to Orchard Beach now and see what I can do there, but give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, mi gente, so I found a good spot to mount the phone and we can get to talking. It's a little noisy, there's a few boats out here and a lot of cars, but it's not too bad. But anyway, so like I was saying before, group riding it's different, right? So if you look online and you try to research how to properly ride in a group, the main thing you're going to find is that riding in a group, you have to ride in what's called a staggered formation, right? And the reason you ride like that is so that you have enough space or enough of a cushion in case of an emergency. So let's say a rider in front of you has to suddenly hit the brakes. You have a little bit of time to react to that, right? And that's very important when riding in the group, because if something happens in the front of the pack, it could affect the entire pack, right? So you really want to be careful with riding in a group, and the main format is to ride in staggered formation. Now, once you're in staggered formation, whether you're on the left side of the lane, it doesn't really matter. The point is that you want to try to keep that position at all times, right? And I'll explain the only difference or the only change in that while riding a little further, but you want to maintain that position, because guess what? If you're zigzagging through the 3 lanes or the 3 positions, the person in front of you or the person behind you is going to be completely thrown off. They're not going to know what you're doing, especially if you're not even hand signaling. You're gonna just kind of throw them off. So they might think you're moving over the lane, so they might switch over a lane, or they might think that you're trying to stop on a side or whatever. It's important to communicate, and if you're not using hand signals, your motorcycle and the way you're riding it communicates, right? So if something is wrong with your bike, a rider can tell from behind you. Like if you're zigzagging and you're looking down and you're doing all sorts of things, I'm gonna assume that something is up, something is not right. So when riding in a group, you want to maintain your position, and you don't want to deviate from that position, because it might throw the person in front of you off or the person behind you off. All right. I did want to mention one last thing that I did before on the bike, and that was sorry, almost fell here. So, and that is maintaining a close distance, right? So I did say staggered formation, you want to keep a nice cushion. But if that cushion becomes too large, right? If you're at the back of the line and you're leaving a large enough gap for a car to fit in, guess what? A car will fit in there, because they are gonna assume you're not part of that pack, right? So if you want to maintain your group close together, that's actually absolutely paramount to be able to stay with your pack, right? Whether your pack is doing 60, 70, 80, 90 miles per hour, whatever the speed they're going, you wanna keep up, because that eliminates that, I guess, that opportunity for the car to get in the middle of you guys. And if that happens, then a lot of things happen. Now you're trying to catch up. Now you're trying to weave in through between traffic to get caught up to your group, or your group then notices and starts slowing down if it's a smaller group. A lot of things can happen, and you trust me, you just really want to avoid that at all costs. Okay, guys? If you follow these basic rules, when you go on your next group ride, you're going to be a lot more successful. You're going to be a lot more safe, because at the end of the day, you just really want to make sure that you're safe. You're mitigating risk already on the bike, so you want to just kind of keep that, basically handled. All right. Last thing I want to say is, if you like this video and you found this information useful, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to share it with your friends, and apply some of these pointers on the next ride you go on. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.